Hey guys, Blaumagier here, and we are back with another episode of Pokemon. Let's play 'em all. This is Fire Red. In the last episode, we finished up Seven Island. In this episode, we're going to finish up the entirety of the Sevi Islands by taking out the Rocket Warehouse on 5 Island. Now that we have both passwords, and we know that the Sapphire is there, it is time to take them out. And I probably should have applied a repel, but it's such a short walk that it feels to me like it would be a waste. I will cut down this tree though. Let's see. More wild Pokemon. Alright. Now, we enter the 2 passwords, and we can get in. And this is the Rocket Warehouse. Inside, we'll see we are being greeted by more of the panels that we were dealing with before. Let's see. This way, we'll go to an item. Sweet. And then we start back over. Going back over here, I think this goes to another item. Sweet. But the bag is full. I really should have done something about this. Alright, I believe I've got a Thunderstone, yeah. Alright, get rid of that. Get rid of that dire hit. Yeah, that should give me enough space. Whoa, almost walked off without getting it. Alright, then we go up here. Get another item, another upgrade. And a trainer battle. I think it is time to switch out to Gaia. Alright, let's see. Go down here. And we go up here. We have to fight this guy. Alright, now if we want to go further in, I think we need to take this path, yes. And go up and then carefully around without touching any of these panels. And get an item up here. TM36 Sludge Bomb. Very powerful poison move. And it doesn't really matter which of these 2 we take, because here we are. So getting back on the subject of foreshadowing things that they added in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I believe the first male and first female rockets you will encounter as you leave the warehouse are 2 of the admins from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and these next 2 are the other 2 admins. And in addition to that, somebody makes a statement about Giovanni having a son, which is a foreshadowing of something that they added in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Something I haven't actually done myself, but I just haven't. You know how that goes. Alright, let's heal up Kyrie. Soft boiled for the win. So, this is one of the admins. Okay, it's actually called an admin rather than a grunt, but I don't actually remember the name of the one that this is supposed to be. I don't remember the names of any of them, actually. Wow, that was a bad choice of move there. Alright, so she's got a muck. Pretty powerful. Don't use fighting type moves on it. Stick with ground or psychic. Or go for the defensive advantage and use a poison type or a steel type. Now, people who have played Heart Gold and Soul Silver enough to know which admin have which Pokemon should easily be able to recognize which admin this is by the team. That's pretty much the entire basis for it being the same admin. But yeah, not too tough a battle. The next one will be a lot harder, but still doable. If you can beat the Elite Four, you should have no trouble beating these. Although I do believe it's the highest level Pokemon that we've fought on the entire Sevi Islands, aside from the Trainer Tower, which really doesn't count. And after you beat her, she reverses one of the pads down there so that you can go to the Poke Center if you want to. But I'm just going to soft-boiled Gaia and go for it. This is like the big leader of the Team Rocket admins from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Again, I don't know his name, but should be pretty evident from the Pokemon that he carries and his general position of power here at the warehouse. I think there's also something he says after you defeat him that pretty much, you know, is a surefire way to know that it's the same guy. That's gonna leave a mark. Alright. Not hit by confusion. Sweet. And Kyrie is level 56. Wheezing. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and use Salamander. I believe Wheezing has a high physical defense. I think that's the way it works. I think Wheezing is physical defense and Muck is special defense. So, using a special defense move should be good enough to take out Wheezing. Thunderbolt shouldn't be too powerful since it doesn't have stab. Still took off about half of Salamando's health. And Houndoom. I will use... Oh, I guess I'll use Kyrie again. Since it is a dark fire type. I tell you, Houndoom is a disappointing Pokemon to me. It's a really cool looking Pokemon, it's an interesting type, but its stats are just not very good. I mean, they're better than a lot of the other Pokemon whose types you wouldn't want to use, but I mean, the types itself are generally not that good in competitive play, fire and dark. But oh well, maybe one day there'll be something that'll make Houndoom better. Anyways, that does it for him. Yeah, this is what pretty much says that it's the same guy. The fact that he says he's gonna find Giovanni and he will resurrect Team Rocket. Yeah, he'll do it in 3 years. And we have this guy. I don't really know if you'd consider him a boss or not. But, I mean, he is the last enemy in here, and he's pissed off that we drove off Team Rocket before he could sell the Sapphire. This Pokemon seemed to be a lot weaker than Team Rocket's, though. But we'll just take care of him real quick. I probably should have switched to Gaia for this, but... oh well. Really, I should have just been speeding up this fight, because he's pretty weak. Another level for Shade. Guess I need to move that experience share. Not that it's really going to make much difference at this point. And Porygon. I can take care of Porygon real easy, unless it uses Conversion 2. And that does it for this guy. Having been defeated, he will relinquish the Sapphire. And he's just gonna hang out here in the warehouse. However, we are finished here. And it is time to head on back to one island and fix the network machine. Notice all the rockets are gone. Alrighty. So let's do that. One island. We'll go ahead and heal my Pokemon though, as they are kind of weak. So we hand the Sapphire to him. And he will fix the network machine. And he's linked up with Lynette over in Hoenn. So now we can trade with people in Hoenn and Orr. And that's it. We are done in the Sevi Islands. However, our adventure is not yet over. There is still something for us to take care of. And I'm probably going to spend the rest of this episode doing that. Or at least one of those things. So, now, if you will remember when I started the Sevi Islands, I said that there was something that I started doing that it seemed like I couldn't do. Even though both Cerebi.net and Bulbapedia and even the official guidebook said you could do it right after beating the Elite Four, not even needing the National Dex or fixing the network machine. I've decided to wait until I know you can absolutely do it, which is after fixing the network machine. After you fix the network machine, you gain access to the Cerulean Cave, which I'm not doing this episode, and you gain access to what I've been talking about is a Pokemon should be running around Kanto. And what Pokemon it is depends on your starter. It will be level 50 though. So that's why I've been keeping Mew at a low level. The best way to handle it is to just stock up on repels, get a Pokemon level 50 or less, and I think it's level 50 or less. Just to be sure, I kept Mew at level 49. I'm pretty sure you can encounter Pokemon the same level as the one you have out in the lead. Let's see, max repels. We'll get 31 of them. And I could definitely use some Ultra Balls, although I don't need them for this particular instance. Alright, now, there's a couple things to note about Pokemon that run around. First off is it will only appear in Kanto, not on the Sevi Islands at all, so it means somewhere here. I don't think it ever appears on water routes, not in this game. In later games they do appear on water routes. I know for a fact they appear on the water in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So you don't have to worry about that. When you fly or enter a building or a cave, it will just randomly move to a different spot on the map. If you change routes or enter a city, it will move one route adjacent, and not necessarily by number. Like, if it's here in Route 16, and you're in Celadon City, and you move over to Route 7, it could either go to Route 16, or it could either go from Route 16 to Route 17, or it could go to Route 7. Another thing to keep in mind is that after a while of walking around back and forth to get them to move around, eventually they will just, go up to a different spot on the map randomly, as if you had flown or gone inside a building. And lastly, it's not always, but there's like a 99% chance that if you just go back and forth between the same route, it will also go back and forth between the same two routes. That said, the spot I like to search for it at is over here between Celadon and Saffron, because there's a building here and a nice patch of grass right outside. So anyways, I will go ahead and cut until I get to the point where I actually run into this thing. So I will see you guys in a bit. And here we have it, finally, after about 10 minutes. Suicune. It is one of the Johto region's legendary trio. And they always run around. In this game you only get to find one. And it is entirely dependent on which Pokemon you picked from Professor Oak. If you pick Charmander, you will fight Suicune. If you picked Squirtle, you'll fight Raikou. And if you picked Bulbasaur, you'll fight Entei. Now, an important thing to note about these Pokemon is that Suicune does not know Roar. This is a change that was implemented in Crystal and has never been changed back. So Suicune doesn't know Roar. The other two, Raikou and Entei, they know Roar. if they use roar, it counts as them having fainted in this game. It's a glitch, it's stupid, but if they use roar, they're gone for good. So that is, you know, out of all the Pokemon games, if there is one game that you want to save your Master Ball for the runner, it is this game because of that glitch. One thing to note though, if you don't use a Pokemon with Shadow Tag or Arena Trap, or you don't use a move like Mean Look to trap them, they will run away. If they run away, that does not count as a feint, and you can track them down by looking at their Pokédex entry, etc., etc. But you can actually catch Suicune the hard way without using the Master Ball because it does not know Roar. Just keep in mind about the Roar glitch if you picked Squirtle or Bulbasaur though. Anyways, it should be pretty obvious what I'm going to do here, because I really don't feel like tracking this thing down again. So this is the Pokemon to use the Master Ball on. It is a 100% catch rate, will not fail, no matter what. And there we go. Suicune was caught. It didn't take too long. It did take like half of my repels, but that's going to do it for this episode. Join me next time as we take on the Cerulean Cave, aka the Unknown Dungeon. This has been Pokemon Let's Play 'Em All Fire Red. I am Blaumagier, and I will see you guys later.